Piper Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside
Victory Monday is brought to you by Callan. From kitchen and bathroom remodels to infinity by Marvin Fiberglass Replacement Windows. Callan makes your home feel like a win. Request your consultation today at callcallan.com. With Brian Bulaga, I'm a little disappointed that the show Victory Monday is not sponsored by Somewhere honoring Savion Williams. There is no way to describe how unbelievable. Savion Williams, 3rd and 10 from the 48. Catches a long 33-yard pass. Just so you know, Savion Williams, 9th on the team in receptions. He now has a grand total of 10 catches for 78 yards. He was hot against Philly. He had 2 catches for 2 yards. There is no way to describe. Making the biggest play, a long catch by Savion Williams, is like Brian Bulaga kicking the game-winning field goal. There's no way. I don't know what the word is. I will defer to you. Can you remember a game in which such an unknown, never used, 9th on the team in receptions, a grand total of 9 for 45 yards, catches 1 for 33 on 3rd and 10. And if they don't make that play, I'm not sure they win the game. Good evening, Brian Bulaga. This show, and maybe the next 20 shows, will be dedicated to Savion Williams.
Yeah, well, good evening. Yeah, I mean, obviously, not who I expected the ball to go to in that given situation. I can assure you that. And
yes,
with the way the game was going, yeah, you could certainly say that if he doesn't make that play, it could go a different way. It could. You don't know how it goes, right? And, with all indications, obviously, he wasn't going to be, not active before the game because he was on the active list. But the report, they walked off the bus in a walking boot. You don't know how he's feeling going into the game. You don't really know what's going to happen with the guy. But for him to make that play in that situation, I mean, just unbelievable, really unbelievable. But yeah, it'd be like me kicking a game winner in that situation because I mean he's 9th in the team in catches.
Grand total of 45 yards in 9 catches. That means, and we know how to use him in that reverse, that means when he catches the ball, he's very close to the line of scrimmage. Did I neglect that in the Detroit game, he had 1 catch for 1 yard? Now, he was hot in Dallas. He had 3 catches for 22, 7. He was 9 for 45. That is, I checked, 5 yards a catch.
Yeah, there's been a lot of manufactured plays for him, right?
Yes.
Like you could say that. You could say that. And that one was not manufactured for him. He got that one, right? Like that he made that play. And it was a heck of a catch too. So tip of the cap to him. Hopefully that jumpstarts something. You hope those type of plays for a young guy, you hope that jumpstarts some confidence for a guy like him and that gives him some energy, some confidence going forward to continue to make those types of plays. That gives him the confidence that hey man, I belong here. I can make these types of plays at this level. I can do these things for this team. And maybe that sparks something going forward for him because by all means they need it, right? This team needs it from everywhere. They need it from all wideouts.
All right, let me just replay the play-by-play in the post-game show if that pass isn't a complete. What the hell is Jordan Love thinking? 3rd and 10, and you throw it downfield up for grabs to who? What? Yeah. That's what would have been said. But that's the benefit of throwing it up there, and the guy went up and got it. And as I like to say on something, and you can see if you agree, there are some plays in which the most surprised people are not, in this case, the Giants fans. You know who the most surprised people are? The Packers fans. What?
Yeah.
100%. They're throwing it up there. What's that guy? What is he doing? Oh, great play. Oh, is that smart? That's yes. Win. That's right. That's winning, things going well. That would 100%. Be the number one topic of the game if they had lost.
That's a great point. It would have been a great point. What was he doing on 3rd and 10 throwing it up that way? Like, throw it up to Watson. Throw it up to Watson.
Throw it up to anybody but him, because the only time he catches the ball, he's literally a half yard or a yard from the line of scrimmage, right? That's
or we're getting reverses.
Or reverses, like yes.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it. Unbelievable. That's the word.
It was a heck of a play by him too, right? I mean,
yes.
It was a heck of a play by him. So, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that, like, sparks it because like what you said, he hasn't really gotten too many opportunities to even like catch the ball downfield. Like there hasn't been any.
Someone will have to look. I can't check. I can ask AI. Yes. The chance of on 3rd and 10, they throwing a long pass, what I call the Favre, because Jordan Love just put it up there for grabs. I mean, it's 3rd and 10. He's got to try something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it worked.
It worked. Yes. No, it's unbelievable. It's bigger than that. It's a miracle. That's probably too far, but no, there's no way. And you're right. And if they make the playoffs, and I think they will, I just don't know how you won't look back at that and say, I don't know how it happened, but it did, and everybody deserves credit. And I'm not sure you want to do it. I don't know. Those are the kind of plays that make great quarterbacks do that. To some degree, you're lucky. You'll have to go back and find how many times the ball is thrown to somebody like that in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that happens plenty of times to, quarterbacks throwing it to guys that technically you wouldn't expect for them to throw the ball to in that situation, right? That happens plenty, right? And the thing is, like, that's honestly, like, you sometimes look back at those things and that kind of at times jump starts guys' careers. Like, I mean, it does. Like, it'll get guys to all of a sudden they get a little more attention, and they get, like I said earlier, they get confidence from that.
Well, like, I can tell you this: you just write it down. He's getting another chance. He's
100%.
He's going to get another chance. I call that in basketball a heat check. Old Jordan Love's got a heat check coming to Savion Williams.
Yep,
guaranteed. And then if it happens a second time, everybody's going to call into me and appropriately say, "You're such a loser. You just didn't believe. You need to believe in Savion Williams." Fine. I'll be happy to do that if it happens.
Well,
again.
No, your answer is simple. Like, how do you want me to believe when the plays that have been called and he's gotten the ball have been to like what do you want me to do about it? Like, what do you want me to say?
I don't know that anybody would know that he's ever run that route before. Or yes.
I mean, what do you want me to do about it?
They like something about him. We'll ask Rob. They like something about him because they've attempted to get the ball in his hands in various situations where he can run.
Yeah, you could tell he's an explosive. Yeah, he's an explosive player.
Yeah,
he's an explosive player. There's no doubt about that. It's just you look at, does he have, like, I guess the question you would have is, does he have the ability to then separate downfield and make those types of plays? And he showed that he did that against the Giants.
No,
so
it's a great point. They've seen him as explosive, and they've figured out other ways for him to be explosive, but not this one.
Exactly.
Every other way,
Exactly.
reverse, short pass, get it to him, see if he can run. Again, this is following up 2 catches for 2 yards against Philadelphia. And I got to say, I think if you're a wide receiver, it's hard to have 2 catches for 2 yards. Don't you think? I mean,
yes, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
less
how that
than
happened.
5 is, 2 for 10, maybe a tight end. Anyway. All right, since I had to get that off my chest and I didn't really give the proper opening to the Brian Bulaga Homer Hour, what Gary Ellison said on Friday, and I would agree with it, just win the game. Just win the game. We'll deal with all the other stuff. But I would ask you, he's a player, so is that the way you get after you've lost a couple or when the team's struggling? When the game's over, you don't care about anything. We just got to win. Just shut up. Let's go eat and we'll move on to the next game. Is that made up or is that fair?
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's essentially the way that I would view that, right? Like, I mean, that's how I would view that game, and that's I'm sure how they're viewing that game is like, hey, like, there's a chance this was going to look ugly. There's a chance it was going to be, potentially not the cleanest looking thing, and then obviously we saw how the game kind of unfolded to start. Right, Jordan Love gets hurt, Josh Jacobs gets hurt, and Jameis Winston is playing like a good Jameis Winston. He's performing like a really good Jameis Winston, and all those factors start to come together, and you're like, okay, well, like this game's gonna go like this, like, and each game takes on a life of their own, and then you're playing that game. You're like, we just got to get this win. How it's gonna look does not matter. We just have to get this win, and you get it, and you move on because you know what's coming down the pipe now, right? Like you understand what's coming in, and it's division games. So like you've got to get this one and move on. And to me, like as a player, that's the way I would be looking at it, and I'm sure that's the way they're looking at it. Yeah, you got to correct things. There's a lot of things I'm sure they're going to correct. But the most important thing is you're flying out of there with a win. And the next thing is like Jacobs is not from, we're going to ask Rob this because he reported it, but I want to get a little more on it. Jacobs isn't too badly injured. That's what he's reporting. And then after that, like there's not too many bad injuries. And after that, like, okay, it's time to move on to the division opponents. And then you go from there.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Savion Williams. He's trying to take over the most surprising performance of the season from the substitute teacher who I do not believe will be kicking this weekend. I believe he's done. Want to join that club?
I mean, what did he do wrong? He missed PAT.
Yeah, a couple.
I mean,
yeah, and one of them was, and it's windy and everything, but
yeah,
yes, I will be surprised if he kicks again. But
well, they can't do that if McManus is
he on the IR? I thought he was just
actually hurt.
Yeah,
if his quad's actually hurt, they can't do it.
That is correct. I believe his quad will be better for the game this week.
Okay.
That's Dr. Dr. True. That's known in our business. Brian, I'll tell you this before I take the break because then we have the 3 pillars. That's what's known as a Tony Smith homer prediction. My partner, Marquette, wants to inform everybody that he believes I just make stuff up. And when people think I just make stuff up, then that's a Tony Smith homer prediction. And yes, because I have no medical expertise ever. I might have been smart enough to be a doctor, but that doesn't really mean anything. But I just believe, given my knowledge of NFL teams, he's going to find a way to kick. Because let's say, Brian Bulaga, you're the head coach. What percentage do you need your veteran kicker to be to kick against the Vikings? 10?
I would say
10?
No, not 10%.
I will go. I don't know kickers. I'll go with 70. I'll take him at 70%. I'm not going to ask him to kick anything really long, but I'm at 70%. Is that too low even at 70 for you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say like 80%. I would say like 80%. And here's the thing, like, because this is where we kind of get into that dilemma. Like, if he does kick and say he does continue to aggravate that quad and it never heals, like that's my only concern, right? Like that's the only thing.
He came back and it hadn't healed and now it's gotten worse. That's what
Yes.
can happen with that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where it helps to have some knowledge as you do. Yeah, I could lose my bet on that if that's the case then. But if that's the case, wouldn't you have put him on IR possibly?
Well, I guess that's my question: is if they come back on like today and they reevaluate this thing and they see what's going on with it, because he clearly got put on the report on what, Saturday?
Yeah. Then do you find another kicker or do you go with
No, I think you stick with
super sub? All right.
Yeah.
So that's just because he was trying to be a substitute teacher in Cleveland at the time the Packers got him. The three pillars. Well, we know Jordan Love is one, but we'll see. We'll see about the other two with Brian Bulaga next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We do have this crash on the Rock Freeway heading northbound just past Sunny Slope Road off on the left shoulder, so watch out for that. Delays along southbound 894 backing up out of the Zoo interchange down to Lincoln, back on the brakes from Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Eastbound 94, watch for backups from 84th Street to Hawley Road. Westbound 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road as well. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, rain and snow mix likely, a low of 36. Tomorrow, rain likely, mostly cloudy with a high of 41. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play over 2,000 courses, including that famous one with the green jackets. Book your bay at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Game days are here, and your car needs to look as ready as you do. Before you hit the stadium, surf to Tsunami Express Car Wash, the ultimate pre-game stop to roll in clean and confident. Our state-of-the-art tunnels treat, clean, protect, and dry every car to perfection. With 7 Milwaukee area locations, including our newest in New Berlin, we are wherever you need us. Sign up online, and your first wash is absolutely free. That's a $25 value on the house. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
The NFC North Green Bay Packers are returning to Milwaukee, and you're invited.
At defensive end from Texas, rookie edge rusher number 99.
Green Bay Packers select Baron Sorrell.
Coming to the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield.
Go, play, go. That's all I can say. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Meet Green Bay Packer defensive end Baron Sorrell.
Tuesday, November 18th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
During this exclusive 2-hour event, you'll meet Baron Sorrell live in person, just days before the Pack Sunday game versus the Minnesota Vikings. Color action photos of Baron Sorrell will be provided, and bring your own item for him to sign free of charge.
Tackled for a loss by Baron Sorrell.
Don't miss your chance to meet Green Bay Packer defensive end
number 99, Baron Sorrell.
Exclusively at Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield, 3615 South 108th Street, just off Beloit Road. Tuesday, November 18th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Packers get the win.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's just it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, 90 years old, say they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Every game tells a story.
Oh, you want the full story?
From big-time players
Jaden Reed, make the man miss.
To clutch drives.
Love going to throw a fade here in the corner. It is caught for the touchdown.
It's time to give you the three pillars that built it. Independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities provides top-ranked care and service in a beautiful lake country setting. Visit threepillars.org today.
And can't wait for Brian Bulaga, with no input from me unless they ask it, for the three pillars of the game. You don't have to necessarily give them in any order, unless you wish. It is the Brian Bulaga first ever Shut Up Homer, threepillars.org of the game.
Oh, three pillars. Okay, well, my first pillar, man, I think it's pretty obvious, right? I mean, I think it's going to be Jordan Love. I think it's going to be Jordan Love. I mean, goes out with the shoulder injury. Don't really know, right? We don't know what's wrong with them. No idea. Comes back in. Really, I think plays at an extremely high level with, we don't really know what the injury is. Throws for, 175 yards, a couple touchdowns. Really throws the ball well. I think passer rating at what was it, Homer? 110 or 105
yes.
or whatever it was. I don't really know what it was.
I think right in there. I'm going with about 110. I think you're right. But either way,
yeah,
it was very good.
But it was very good, super accurate with the ball, very smart with the ball as well. So to me, he's the first pillar. He put the team on his back when he came back. Jacobs is out, and to me, leads that offense and team to victory. So to me, he's the first pillar.
Let me interject. He was 105, as you say, which is surprising given that he was just 13 of 24. I don't know the rating and how they do it, but that's just a little better than 500, and yet I think you probably have averages and touchdowns, no interceptions. Even at 13 of 24, his quarterback rating was 105.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way the game was going, too, right? I mean, they weren't going to have him with the shoulder injury throw it 35 times. I mean, you can't put him at risk with that D-line. I kind of said it before the game. This can't be a 40 pass attempt game with that defensive line. It can't be that, because that's a bad formula. And obviously before Jacobs got hurt, I mean, Jacobs was averaging almost 6 yards a carry.
Yep. 7 for 40.
So they were having success with Jacobs on the ground before he got hurt. So that was actually encouraging to me. But then he got hurt, and obviously, that's a different story. My second pillar is going to be Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, I think, performance from him. 2 touchdowns, 2 big touchdowns. And I think, to me, he's becoming or trying to emerge as that number one guy with Tucker Kraft not being there. I know Matt doesn't want any guy to be the number one, doesn't want to have anyone be the go-to guy, but Tucker Kraft was the go-to guy. No matter any which way you cut it, Tucker Kraft was the go-to guy. So someone needs to jump in and fill that void. Someone needs to be that guy. And I think Christian Watson can be that guy. He should be that guy. He's big. He's reliable. He's got great hands.
You know how good he was? You know what his number for the game was? 4 catches for 46 yards. That's one of the greatest performances of 4 for 46, and he'll probably pass this along. He was targeted only 5 times. But when you think of that game, what he did was so big, 4 for 46, means nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I could care less if it was only 46. That doesn't matter to me. I look at the impact of the catches, how he performed in the moments, right? It's in the moments of when he's throwing the ball and what does he do. And to me, I think he can become that guy. He can become the number one guy.
He showed all the things he can do, some of which he doesn't or hasn't done as well as he did yesterday.
Yes, correct. And as long as they keep him healthy, if he stays healthy, there's no reason why he can't be their number one guy, so to speak. And I think, my last pillar, this one's it's tough for me because you go back and forth with, we talked about Savion Williams and that catch. I mean, it was obviously a phenomenal catch, but who do you look at for this last pillar? Like the defense, they struggle a little bit.
Come on,
right?
go ahead. Micah Parsons, come on.
Yeah, like I want to say Micah Parsons because like end of the game gets that sack. Who knows what happens at the end of it, right? Like you don't know what could happen at the end of that game. Jameis could make something happen, but even with that sack, regardless, Micah was still creating a lot of issues and pressures when he was in the pass rush and doing those things. I mean, he had a nice day, regardless of the fact of the sack fumble at the end of the game. So I'm going to say Micah, regardless. I think he had a nice day, besides the last play of the game. I think he gets a lot of heat because he's not creating the 3-sack performance like he did against Arizona every week. Well, guess what? When you get double-teamed every play, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that every week. But he's creating constant pressure all the time, and he got his reward at the end of the game, the sack fumble.
And I would like to mention, I'll add to it, when the knucklehead coach for the Giants didn't kick the field goal on 4th and 3 at the 10, which would have made it a 3-point game, it was Parsons again with the sack. So there are a couple times, I think, where you want to go, yep, the money was worth it, whatever the price. That's what you pay him for.
Or what did he get? I think I was going to say they credit him for, what, half a sack?
Yeah.
I think they gave him a half,
You're right.
1.5. I think they gave him 1.5, whatever. The numbers are stupid, but it's like I give him the 1.5 there, so I round that up to 2 essentially.
Yeah, I give him 2.
So like to me, I think he had a really nice day. So I give him the 2 sacks and tons of pressures on the day. He was a problem all day. A nice day for him. And maybe you have more than that.
No, that's it.
Okay.
The new Brian Bulaga, Homer Shut Up, 3 pillars of the game. That's 3pillars.org, and they left out the most important part to me in addition to their great health. 300 acres in Dousman, Jordan Love, Christian Watson, and Micah Parsons. Rob Demoski, he's ready. My cot's ready. Oh, yeah. Brian Bulaga and Rob Demoski next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, I got a little bit of a problem. We got a crash on the ramp from Febrance to northbound 43 right now. So that's going to affect your ride. We've also got delays basically from Burleigh all the way down through the Marquette down to the KK River crossing. Northbound is slowing down up and over the high-rise bridge all the way up to Burleigh. Westbound 94, we've got delays from 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road. More delays past Highway 100 all the way into Waukesha County. More backups from Calhoun to about Barker Road. Eastbound slowing down from 92nd Street all the way to about Hawley Road as well. We do have another crash. This is off the freeway. Northbound Highway 100 at Center Street. The right lane is blocked on northbound Highway 100, so give yourself that extra time to get through there. Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season. A Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, rain and snow mix, likely a low of 36. Tomorrow, rain likely, mostly cloudy, a high of 41. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
A father faces homelessness. A mother is hospitalized, and there's no one to watch their children. La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center is the only free 24/7 crisis nursery in Milwaukee. It's a safe and nurturing place for children aged 0 to 12 to stay while their parents work to regain stability and strength. Your generosity keeps the doors open, so join them at Facts and Familia Trivia Night on November 19th. All proceeds support La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center. Get tickets and learn more at lacausa.org.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. This November, you'll save big with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0% financing for 5 years. Window Nation's proven quality windows are so good, you'll actually save money on lower utility bills and come with a lifetime warranty. Window Nation even has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Visit windownation.com to get started.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Brian Bulaga Homer Hour with Rob Domowski. And because he's nice, Brian Bulaga always does the intro.
Rob, good evening. How are you?
I'm great, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Back in Green Bay?
Got back actually just a little bit ago. Had a little bit later flight, so got running a little behind, but we're getting caught up.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I want to just get into it. I don't want to get into any of the drama of the game. It's a win, so I'm happy with the win. I think everyone is. But just want to get into a little bit about the defensive side of the ball and Rashawn and kind of the snap count. What have you heard about that? I mean, he's a starting defensive end. I mean, I think he's pretty high up there on our sacks for our team. He was really productive early to start this thing out. It's gone a little bit cold lately. What's going on with the snap count and kind of where he's at right now?
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up. We talked about it this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you look at his production the last few weeks, it's really, really dropped off a lot since early in the year. And, I think early in the year, everyone's like, well, Rashawn Gary, he's going to benefit from Micah Parsons. And he did at the beginning, but he's not, I don't want to say he's been exposed a little bit, but he kind of has been not as productive with opportunities that he should be capitalizing on. And so it's a bit of a concern. They have played some teams that have gotten the ball out quick at times, not this week, not with Jameis. Jameis, he did not. But there have been games where guys have gotten the ball out. But I do think they need to get him going again. They also need to figure out, what a better rotation. They're paying him a lot of money. He needs to be on the field more. But Enigbari, I think, played 1 or 2 more snaps than Gary, or at least if it wasn't more, it was right about the same. And then, they should get Lucas Van Ness back this
Rob,
week.
he's got to be hurt. There's no other answer, is there?
Well, he's not on the injury report, and they put everybody on the injury report. I mean, they put Christian Watson on the injury report because he was sore.
But isn't that what everybody would assume? That's what right?
Yeah, but it's I don't think it is because the NFL, ever since the Lamar thing, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago? The teams were warned that you better put everybody who's got anything on the injury report, which is why they put Christian Watson on last week. Okay. So obviously he was just fine.
All right. Well, that's obviously something to follow. That's going to be something to follow. And I mean, I doubt you'll get an answer from Matt on that at all. I doubt that'll be something you get straight answer.
We didn't really ask a whole lot about defense today in the press conference. I shouldn't say we. My flight didn't get back till later, so I just had to listen to it. But the defensive talk was mostly on missing opportunities to get takeaways. I mean, by LaFleur's count, they should have had 5 interceptions. So. And they ended up with 1. Now, they did end up with takeaways on their final 2 defensive possessions, which, obviously were huge. The Evan Williams one really being the critical one there. But, I mean, from a defensive standpoint, the talk today was mostly about that.
Got it. So what I saw you report it earlier today, and obviously it's always developing, but I saw you report that the Jacobs injury is not too serious. What do you know now about it now that the day's gone on a little bit more?
Yeah, so I'll just real quick take you through how it kind of went down. Yesterday after the game, LaFleur said he was concerned. Well, I checked into it with some people and was told that, there's no long-term concern. And this morning, the test came back and there was no structural damage. And I was told he was week to week with even possibility of possibly playing this week. And then LaFleur shockingly gave more detail, which he doesn't usually do on injuries. And he said it's actually just a contusion and that swelled up. So, and he blamed it on the turf. He must have banged his knee hard on the turf, and it caused some sort of a contusion, which I guess is a cut or a bump. The interesting thing too, and I didn't notice, this is one thing that I did not notice watching the game live, and maybe it was I watched some of the all 22 film, but did not watch the TV copy today. And maybe this was on the TV, but I didn't see it. He said Romeo Doubs had to come out a couple times because he was getting those rubber pellets from the field turf in his eyes. And then after the game, his eyes looked like they were swollen, like he had gotten in a boxing match because it irritated his eyes so much. I don't think that had anything to do with the drops. In fact, I think it was after he had the drops in the game, but I did not notice that. Maybe you guys saw it on TV, but I did not.
And there was a lot of beads flying up. It seems like they add more to that field because of the bad rep it gets to try to soften it up and make it. Well, the interesting thing too, Brian, I was on the field after several hours after the game doing my TV responsibilities, and I didn't realize. I mean, they take a pretty massive machine over that field to strip the paint off of it. They had to take the Giants paint up. I assume the Jets must have the next home game, or maybe there's a college game there or something. But I mean, when they rake that paint off the field, I mean, you should see what's stirred up out of that thing. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like if I were there, I would not necessarily want to play on that field. If I don't know if players think of that when they're like at free agency and they're teams are talking to them if they take that into consideration. But man, I would not want to play on that field every week as a home field. I'm fairly certain it gets rated the worst field like every year. I'm fairly certain it does. It's well known for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
This game, I felt like Christian Watson kind of stood out as him trying to claim that number one spot, right? Like filling that void at Tucker Kraft. What say you about that? Do you think that he should be that guy?
Well, here's the thing about him, and like we should go back and look through his game logs over his career. But what did he have? 5 targets yesterday, 4 catches for 46 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Like when has Christian Watson ever been targeted like more than 7 or 8 times? Like that's where they need to get to with him. And he's not just a guy who lines up wide and runs go routes. I mean, his touchdown, the second one, was out of the slot. It was a slot fade. Like, this guy can run routes. He can run the whole route tree. He's not just a deep threat. They need to put him more in positions to where he's a primary target, primary read, because he is, clearly shown that he's not only back from his knee injury and back to as good as he was before, if not better, but that he can handle, what they're throwing at him now. So why not throw at him more often? And his hands have been good. His speed is good. So I think you're right, Brian. I think he needs to become that for them. And we could see Jayden Reed in a couple of weeks. In fact, one thing that LaFleur hinted at today wasn't definitive, but, sort of said, we'll see when asked whether the practice window could open for Jaden Reed and Marshawn Lloyd this week. So we could be getting, back to getting Reed back soon. But in the meantime, you better take advantage of what Christian Watson can give you.
Absolutely. Do you think, I guess from what Matt talked about after the game, and I don't know, I didn't watch his presser today. What'd they say about how the interior and really Sean Ryan held up in his first start as center? Did anyone talk about that, or how he did, or not much to say about that?
Yeah, they were for the most part happy. There was one play, and I don't, not sure if this was Sean Ryan's fault, but there was one play where Dexter Lawrence was, LaFleur actually said this. He was supposed to be double teamed, and no one blocked him at all. And he lines up. He lines up in the interior most of the time. Not saying it was Sean Ryan's fault on that particular play, but that's an assignment communication thing where the center probably is making that call, or Jordan's making that protection call. So that was, and I remember the play live where it's like, Dexter Lawrence, you might want to block him. He's a pretty good player. Yeah. And then listening to LaFleur say it was supposed to be a double team and it was a zero team because nobody blocked him. We're nitpicking here. But for the most part, the obvious two snaps that, I talked to Sean after the game too. He's like, they were bad snaps. He didn't blame the weather. He didn't blame the wind, although it was really windy. He just said, I need to be better on those two. But they avoided disaster on those two snaps. So, I guess it's okay. But yeah, I think overall they were pretty pleased with that, and pretty pleased that other than the quick, I think Zach Tom came out for 3 plays. Other than that, they finished the game with the same offensive line that started it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not going to go you kind of said I'm nitpicking, the guy that started his first game at center had bad snaps. I could have told you there's a good chance that could maybe happen. There's a good chance that could potentially happen to the guy that starts his first game at center. Maybe that could happen, but I kind of agree. I think overall, obviously that's a communication there, letting Dexter Lawrence cut loose. There's an issue there. But I think overall, I think he did okay. I think overall he did okay.
In a big picture, Brian, this isn't offensive line related. They won the game, and Jordan said afterwards it's exactly what they needed, and I couldn't agree more. But the bottom line is, with 4.5 minutes left in the game, or 5 minutes left in the game, they were still down 20-19. It was, it was not a start to finish game. And I think with this next stretch coming up here, I really believe that these 3 division games here, starting with Minnesota on Sunday, and then Detroit on Thanksgiving, and then Chicago, 2 of those 3 are at home. To me, at 6-3-1. I think if you get 2 of those games of the 3, you feel pretty good about where you're at, because, looking at the standings this morning, there's basically 8 teams in the NFC that are at the 5-6 win or better mark. And then there's a bunch of teams way back with 3 wins. It could very well come down to 4 teams for the final 3 playoff spots. There's not, I think the AFC's got way more teams that are vying for playoff spots. The way the NFC looks right now, there's 4 teams for 3 spots, and one of those teams is Carolina at 6-5. So, I don't know that the road to the playoffs is all that difficult, even if they end up, only at 9 or 10 wins.
All right, Rob, I got to do this because I'm obsessed with Savion Williams. 9 games, 9 catches, 45 yards. 10th catch for 33 yards, arguably the biggest catch. Can you ever remember a player who had done so little? Nothing.
Yeah.
1 yard, I believe, I want to be accurate. And against Philly, he did have 2 catches for 2 yards. That is part of
streams.
Yes, yeah. is part of that kind of a play. You bring up a name, I want to look it up. I don't know that there is one.
The first name that comes to mind, and this probably guy had more production than that, but was Corey Bradford.
Yes.
Back when, he would just all of a sudden out of nowhere make a 60-yard catch, and after he had nothing for weeks. But I think Savion Williams, they hope ends up as a better player than Corey Bradford. I do think it's another, that play was a F it and throw it down the field play, because Jordan was backpedaling and fading away on that.
Yeah, that was a
desperation. Yeah, and credit to Savion for making the play, but it's not like they design the play to necessarily get a deep shot to Savion Williams.
All right, well, he's there. Let's hope it's the beginning of something, because otherwise they should maybe all send him a thank you. If they make the playoffs, it's arguable, if it's close, that this may have been a huge part of it. I think that one play.
That play, yeah, third and 10, and they were going nowhere, so that was a huge play.
All right, Brian, you got any? You get to close.
I guess my question is, I mean, from an overall defensive standpoint, I mean, did they walk away feeling okay, even with Jameis kind of having a decent day, right? Like, I mean, Jameis having a decent day against them. How do you and they ran the ball pretty good. I mean, the Giants ran the ball pretty good. You know, like, how did they feel defensively walking out?
Yeah, I think they felt like, you know what, we maybe regressed a little bit, but you know, maybe we were allowed to, given the two unbelievable games that we played the last 2 weeks. Like, I don't think, I mean, some games it's going to happen. You're going to give up some yards. I think it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning, is that they knew that they needed to take advantage of some of those takeaway opportunities and didn't, and they knew Jameson was going to give them opportunities because that's his MO, and they didn't take advantage of it. So that's to where I think the defensive guys are like, look, we were, for the most part, in the passing game in pretty good position. We just got to make those plays.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Rob Domofsky. More Brian Bulaga Homer Hour. After I do mention that running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. When you do it well for that long, you're that good. From health insurance to customized coverage options, Saganiac Planning's experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. Remember the number, just 783-262-783. Roger Maris, 6161. And Window Nation, 90% customer satisfaction, and they can do it right now. Not now, right now. They can install in 1 day, depending on the size of the job. And this month, you'll save big, 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0% financing for 5 years. Window Nation, lifetime warranty, A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Don't miss out. 50% off, 0 interest for 5 years. Get it done, not now, right now. Sale ends soon. Visit windownation.com. More Brian Bulaga next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Homer here with a message about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on Three Pillars at threepillars.org.
The NFC North Green Bay Packers are returning to Milwaukee, and you're invited.
At defensive end from Texas, rookie edge rusher number 99.
Green Bay Packers select Baron Sorrell.
Coming to the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield.
Go, play, go. That's all I can say. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Meet Green Bay Packer defensive end Baron Sorrell.
Tuesday, November 18th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
During this exclusive 2-hour event, you'll meet Baron Sorrell live in person, just days before the Pack Sunday game versus the Minnesota Vikings. Color action photos of Baron Sorrell will be provided, and bring your own item for him to sign free of charge.
Tackled for a loss by Baron Sorrell.
Don't miss your chance to meet Green Bay Packer defensive end
number 99, Baron Sorrell.
Exclusively at Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield, 3615 South 108th Street, just off Beloit Road. Tuesday, November 18th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Packers get the win.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients, we make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, they're long-lasting, and they are made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online, and keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Macy's just dropped tons of new Black Friday deals, and with more being added every week, you can save on everything you need for the holidays, like festive dinnerware for 60% off, women's designer looks for 30 to 50% off, and men's suits, blazers, and more for 50 to 70% off. So come into Macy's, beat the rush, and get your holiday shopping done early. Black Friday starts here at Macy's. Savings off select styles, exclusions apply.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Callan. From kitchen and bathroom remodels to infinity by Marvin Fiberglass Replacement Windows. Callan makes your home feel like a win. Request your consultation today at Call Callan, C-A-L-L-E-N, callcallan.com. Victory Monday brought to you by National Liquor Mart on 16th and National Milwaukee. Stock on your best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Yes, open 9 to 9 daily. Yep, 9 to 9. Your game day headquarters all season long. And Victory Monday brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. And our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question, Brian Bulaga, what grade would you give the Packers for their performance, A, B, C, or D?
I'd give it probably a C overall.
Wow, we agree. We don't always agree. That means you think they're a good team like I do.
Yeah, no, I think they're a good team.
Yeah, so they didn't. So they were like about average for that, and they got it done. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought. I thought you were going to go B, but I was wrong.
No.
All right, individually offensive line. Anybody stand out or thoughts you had?
Well, I'll say this. For the way they've been playing, right, and to go against that defensive line that they got a lot of really good players, that defensive line, right? For them to essentially, the way they started the game too, with the way Jacobs was running the football, really productive. And then obviously Wilson came in. He was 11 for 40 yards, so a little bit worse. And then Love did, threw the ball well. Had Timothy got sacked twice. I think the second sack was junk, though. It was at the end of the game when he bootlegged out and just got down. He got tapped by Burns.
Very smart decision.
Yes, obviously smart decision, but that counts as a sack, which that's not a sack. That's junk. I thought overall as a group they played better. Now there's tons of room for improvement. They need to get better. But I think you look at going against that defensive line, which I think, like I said, is very talented, and they can beat you man per man across that D line. I think they played better, especially you look at the defensive end positions with Burns and Thibodeau and what's the first round pick's name? He plays inside and outside. No, from the Giants.
Oh, Williams, I thought. I don't know who it is.
No.
I don't know. I shouldn't have answered.
But overall, like, they're a good group. And then with, obviously, Dexter Lawrence, like, Morgan got walked back a couple times and things like that. He had a few bad plays. Obviously, Sean Ryan had a couple bad plays. Like, everyone is accounting for a few bad ones here and there. And if they're able to clean that up and cut that number down, they can really start playing some good football. So, like, that's the goal here, especially going into division plays. Cut that number down in half. Cut these mistakes down and play sound. And if they're able to do that, man, they can really turn this big question mark of, like, this interior three. Like, can we even do anything with these three? Like, yes, you can. You can do, like, these interior three, if they stay healthy, they play together, they stick together, stay on the same page, they can play well together. They just got to cut down on the mistakes. If they cut down on the mistakes, they can play well and get this thing done. But more impressed than how I thought this would have gone against this Giants defense line on the road. So, like, I'm more, I'm happier than what I thought I'd be today with the way that group performed. So, like, I think it was a better step than what we saw against Philly, obviously. Like, I'll put it that way. Like, it was way better than what they did against Philly.
I know you're going to disagree with me, but I think that don't they run more zone blocking when they have Wilson? I think they'll be fine if they miss Jacobs for a while, whatever it is, with Wilson. And people think I'm crazy. Yes, I think they can. Their offense will be as good, close to as good with Wilson as it is with Jacobs.
I think Wilson's going to bring a different flavor to it. Obviously, he's going to bring a different flavor to it that teams are going to have to prepare for, right? Like, he's going to do something different that Jacobs doesn't, that they don't do with Jacobs. Not that Jacobs can't do, but that they don't do it with Jacobs. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to do something different that maybe some of these linemen excel at. And that will be different.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't get to that part of it because I'm not qualified. We will bring that up later in the week. Are you okay? You've supported me more than even I expected. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home and Franklin. Fisco. Yep. Family business, owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are. Yes, and the family's still doing it. You will have a Fisco working on your car. Imagine. Go ahead and ask them, how young were you when you started doing this? That's one of the reasons they're so good. Expert workmanship guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Any damage, Fisco has you covered. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home and Franklin. On Forest Home and Franklin. Fisco. So you remember the name. Gary Ellis and Greg Matzik at Potawatomi. They always do it on Monday. Love the show. You okay? You okay, Brian? I don't know what to say. Don't expect that many. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat the Vikings.
You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything like we don't need a run game.
Yeah. All right. No. I mean, they're gonna beat the Vikings. I'm not taking it as a guarantee, but
I think so too. I feel good about it.
All right. We'll talk about that all week long. Gonna beat the Vikings, and I think anybody who says the Bears aren't legit is taking it a little too far. And we'll discuss that as well. Maybe they will at Pato. Gary Ellis and Greg Matzik next.
She's my only one and she's sure. Love me right. Whatever you do, make sure you...
First of all, a crash on the ramp from